Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the show. This is Ty, the Note with the Maker, the Romantic Muchiga. Beautiful show about marriage, love, family, and relationships. Thank you so much to everyone that is watching the show. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting. We are growing. Thanks to the international audience for watching. My people in Rwanda, my people in Kenya, Tanzania, Burundi, South Africa, Malawi, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Nigeria. Man, you guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. People in the UK, people in America, Switzerland, Sweden. Man, you guys, you are the best. Thank you so much for always viewing and commenting. Thank you so much. Now, today on the show, we are going to be talking about marriage and how you can have a long-lasting marriage. The couple I'm hosting today, they are known as the couple binders. You've had them on radio. You've seen them in very many areas. And today they are here. They've been married for 16 years. 16 years, and they've never talked about divorce in their marriage. Do they have fights? Yes, I think they have fights. But for them, their notion is we must do this. We must bind this together. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me today is Mr and Mrs Kazibwe. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
The romantic Muchiga. We watch you. We love what you do.
I appreciate it.
We share passion.
Wow, thank you
and
so
we are
much.
glad that you're contributing to better marriages.
Yes.
Yeah.
16 years of marriage. How has the journey been?
16 years of marriage.
Yes.
It's been an interesting journey.
Yeah.
Interestingly, it is 16 years of marriage in church.
Wow.
And but it is 20
years of
over
life
20
together.
years of friendship.
And 23
Wow.
years
Yes,
of
I think
friendship.
23 years of friendship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Interesting.
we knew each other before we started dating.
Ah.
We were not in courtship, but we were
Just
in
knew
the
each
same spaces.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's start from there. How did you meet? Where did you meet? When did you meet? Let's start from there.
We met in 2003. That was our first year in university.
I was in P3.
Yeah.
You make
See,
it sound
we've been
so
around
old.
for quite some
Yes,
time.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So we had joined Makerere University. She was in CCE, as in Livingstone. You know, they used to call it the Center of Confused Elders.
Those things passed Ronnie. Don't talk about them.
Oh,
yeah, we
boy.
joined university the same year, but most times when we share that we joined university the same year, people are like, so your age mates. It's as if people presume that because you studied in the same class as your age mates. So we shall answer that immediately. We are not age mates. He's 4 years older than me.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. But yeah, we joined and then I was doing law. He was doing...
SWASA.
Social works and social administration.
Yes, social work, social administration.
But where we met and where this conversation started from was mainly in the Catholic community of St. Augustine Makerere.
Yeah.
So we would meet there. Prayers, friends, you share spaces. But then we started dating 3 years later.
Yeah, when May had finished.
You had
school.
finished university.
Yes, I had
But
finished.
not yet graduated.
Not yet graduated,
yes.
but then she started her year, her fourth year
in law, yeah.
in law school.
Around that time.
Yeah.
Before that, in this St. Augustine community, we were leaders. So at a certain time, we were on the executive and he was general secretary, I was liturgy. People thought we started dating then, but we did not actually. Yes, but we're in the same spaces. You see each other, you know each other, you hear about each other, you hang out with the same friends. And then in 2006, on my 20th birthday, he sends me a message. So we call that the beginning of our journey.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Lucy. Guess what happens to special people like you on their birthdays? They grow old just like the rest.
Oh, wow. I was expecting, guess what happens to special people like you? Then I was expecting like a beautiful pickup line.
Not really, but because we were
to
doing
be
together,
smooth.
I remember I was in Dar es Salaam doing a leadership course then. And I'm like, how did Ronnie remember my birthday?
Wow.
So we started conversing. Collins, we are talking about the ages before WhatsApp.
I know. Text messages where you had to send a
Exactly.
message
And you wait.
200 shillings.
Yeah, and it can come back after 24 hours. So
Yeah.
the conversation then started since we already knew each other. Then
Yeah.
we said, let's meet when I come back from Dar es Salaam. There was a steers. I don't know whether you found it in your years.
Yes, yeah. My cousins and aunties and uncles used to take me there.
Yes. So
Steers.
we agreed to have a date when I come back just to converse, catch up.
Yeah.
That date was deep.
Yeah?
Back to you.
That was deep.
It started the journey.
Yeah, so we met and just started talking many things. And so I remember I told her, while we were in the date, it's going to be Dutch. We're going to split our bills. So you,
Hey, and she accepted.
and she's like, no problem.
Which girl does this in this generation? Me splitting the bill. They will hammer you on social media. What kind of man are you?
You know, and you know, back in the day when you would have those conversations, conversation with your parents.
Yes.
My parents used to be very intentional and having some of such conversations. So they had bought me a book about relations. So sometimes we would go through a book together. So my mother was telling me, there's this thing called Dutch dating. A girl brings something and a boy brings something. It's good because then it empowers both of you and puts you at the same level. So he told me, when you find a girl who is really, really likes you, when you say something like that, she will be okay with it. And when I told, that conversation played back, and when I told her, and she's like, yeah, I'll meet her. I was like, okay, this one is for keeps, I think.
Yankula, because he was already working, and for me, I was still a student.
He was testing to know. Onajafumba, will she cook?
Yeah, but I got some of my pocket money and contributed to that. But for me, it wasn't a big deal, really, because... And I think that's it, how our relationship started.
Yeah.
At that phase of friendship, of the ability to do things together, of the ability to handle things together. And oneness is one of those things we are really, really big on as a couple. Yeah, so that's how the journey started. We dated. Another thing I recall from then, so we started meeting, we continued meeting. But then a time came and he specifically asked me to be his girlfriend. He did not presume. After 3 months of those, we are interacting. It seems we are already dating everyone.
For you in your head, you were already dating him. Strategy.
And then he said,
The boy was
he asked me, will you be my girlfriend? Like, let's not assuming. And I thought that was serious. I liked it. Yeah, so we continued the journey until about 4 years later. Not 4, 3.5, because that was around September, October 2006.
Yeah.
And then we officiated our relationship. In 2010, we introduced in January and wedded in May, 1st May to be specific, 2010.
And our dating was, we didn't just go to movies. We did everything. There's a day, I think twice, we had a farm for home. And one time I took her, we went together to the farm and we worked the whole day in the garden.
With her?
Hey.
When you were just dating or you just friends?
When we were dating.
We
were in the garden with my dad sisters. From morning we worked up to, I think we reached there at 8 and we were there up to like 5. Planting things. and I think we went back, just the two of us at some point.
Yeah.
We also, it was intentional we would go
before he leaves that farm thing. And now we are very serious about helping young couples who are dating to date well, that you don't just date for fun. You're learning a person that you are planning to spend the rest of your life with. So when we are younger, that time when we were dating, you see how he is now. He was half this size. He was really small. And most times he would be wearing a sweater.
I had a problem.
He had chest pneumonia issues. So I kept wondering, maybe Ronnie is so sick, maybe he can't do some things. So things like taking me to that farm, I watched him work the whole day. I'm like, you can actually work with your hands, as in practically working. And then I would visit at their home and I find he has these chickens, he's rearing things. He's really working. Yeah, we were younger. You've not done much, but you see that this person has a future. They love to work and they can work. So dating was intentional to learn some of these things
Yeah.
you were going on.
And we had I had a restaurant. My parents got me a restaurant, so I was trying out a restaurant business. So we used to go. We had to do shopping downtown in the markets, farmers markets, take those things. That took a lot of our Saturday plots in the morning hours, because we would have to buy things that are going to last the entire weekend, go through business. And a few times when I would, because I'd started working, so sometimes I would have field work. She would step in and she would say, I'll pass by the restaurant. And
I was at
and check
LDC
on
then.
books,
I
yes.
was busy.
Wow.
So I would manage LDC and supporting him at the restaurant.
Interesting.
Tell them the good thing you saw then. That still stands out today.
Yeah, she's very good with budgeting.
Yeah?
Record keeping, balancing money. She would always show you where the leaks are. Let's do this, let's push these products.
Yeah.
And it was good. Give a good foundation.
I think
to
you
have
need
that.
to. Okay, let's leave that. Wetaga okuneebaza ennyo.
Interesting.
But yes. So another thing we did while dating is we identified a couple that we admired that had been married, and we requested them to have conversations with us to help us really understand marriage, so that as we date, we are intentional. Intentionality is another thing that we are big on. So we found this. We actually went for a retreat. There's a place called Emmaus Center Katikamu. So we identified this couple, Dr. Monica and Dr. Kizito. They are called I was going to call them the Timers.
Chizitos.
Yeah, the Chizito. So they agreed, and so we would meet them once in a while. And then they took us through what is marriage, what is what. So for us, when we were dating, of course, we did even the movies, the outings, but we would have conversations which are deep. Yeah. And we didn't know they are deep until later we met others and they said, you talked about that when you were dating? They would be surprised.
Yeah.
For example, one of the hard conversations we had was on money. Money management. How did you see it where you grew up from? How do you envision money should be managed in a marriage? We are dating, mind you. I don't even have a job, so I have no money to write home about. But we had such deep conversations, so we both figured out where we grew up, how it was managed, what we would like in our marriage. And that's when we said that we want for us to be one in everything. We discussed these things before.
How do we, if we have children anyway, or if we don't have them, how would we raise them in numbers? So we talked about all those things. How should we discipline them? Who'll take the lead on some of the things? But we would sit with this couple and have conversations. But it would be like conversations, just like we are now. And they'll be like, have you thought about this? What if this doesn't happen? What are your thoughts on this? So you keep picking different things, and then you sleep with them, and you go back and think about them. And career-wise, how is it going to be? How are you going? Because we are socialized differently. We come from different backgrounds, and so we spoke into how do our backgrounds meet when we if we are into these things. We had conversations that you didn't think actually young people would have. We went for a retreat. There was a retreat for I think people who are planning to get married. But we were dating. So we said, we're like, let's just go and sit there. So even when people were telling us, for us we are getting married, we're like, no, we
didn't even have a date.
Yeah, we're just seated here. We are
learning.
We are learning. We are learning through. It helped us to speak through certain things because we were doing many things together. And so we knew each other in and out. Say knowing each other's weaknesses, so you know how a person is going to react in certain situations. By the time we had said, will you marry me? We really knew what we were going into.
Wow.
This. Yeah.
So during that whole dating period, you guys were getting to learn more about marriage.
Yes.
I tell
you. We learned. We intentionally visited at his home. So we were both staying. Okay, he was staying home. Me, I was still at university, so hostel, and then LDC hostel. Then I went back home also after LDC. So our dating, we involved our families. I remember when we had just dated for about 6 months, not 6 months. About 3 months, he took me to their home.
Nice.
In
This is after
Garuga.
knowing each other for how many years?
Like the general knowledge of campus of the 3 years.
Yeah, the
before.
3 years, yeah.
Yes. So he took me home. I met his parents. Not that I'm marrying her, but this is my girlfriend. This is the person I'm dating. And so they even started inviting me to family events.
Yeah.
So I could meet. And for me, I was noticing, how does he relate with his parents? How does he relate with his siblings? What are his opinions about women? You can pick on all these things through how someone is relating with people at the parties. How is he handling the young people, the cousins? And Bambi, he was so sweet. He's a darling in his family.
Yeah.
So they love him. He's an only son of his parents.
Wow.
And I also had that. How does this work out? I hear, all these stereotypes you hear about. Only boys. What's chejo in English?
I don't know.
Spoiled.
Yeah,
Spoiled child.
Right, yeah.
So
something
I was
like
looking
that.
out, is this person, how is he? How is he in his family setting? And then 6 months into our dating, I also took him to my I told my parents I have someone I'm dating. And they said,
They invited me home. And they had cooked food. Wow. So we sat on a dining, we ate, wanted to know about me. We had a conversation the entire evening.
yeah.
It was a good one.
So when I told my dad I have a boyfriend, like bring him home, we meet him.
Yeah.
And now we expected Ronnie was going to show up accompanied. Because we were like, he will be scared. You guy.
He was never scared.
Showed up alone.
Wow.
Yes. For me, it spoke volumes. I'm like, this guy, he has guts. He showed up. The parents, I left them to converse. And after that, they told me, we like him. We think he's a good guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Interesting.
Yeah. So we had that openness. We put in a lot of work in our dating. And now, in the work we do as the couple binders, we really support. We want the young people to know that good marriages don't just happen. You put in work. You have to be intentional about some things.
Yeah.
So we are interested in them coming even before, just when you get someone you're looking at, before you even set the date, find a couple that can help you to date well, so that you don't just waste money having fun. Have fun, but in that fun, be intentional to have conversations that matter. We find with the work we do to support couples that most of the problems that they bring, if they had dated well, those problems would have been curbed at the beginning.
Define dating well.
Yeah.
Dating well. Start. Define dating well.
Defining dating well means that you're going to have a discussion on hard conversations, which most times young people want to avoid because they'll make another person uncomfortable. So you'll be like, when I ask him, he will get annoyed, he will do this. And then also you need to do things that put you in certain positions so that we see you when you're stressed, we see you when you're at your best, we see you, because these days what happens is that you get to see someone when they're put on their lipstick and they're on a good day. Yeah? When someone probably is going through their messes, they're like, I want to stay in because I don't want anyone to see me.
To see me, yeah.
Now you don't get to appreciate their situation, how they handle that. You don't see them when they are sick. They tell you, today I'm sick. Close the door. Don't let anyone in. You don't get to see them how they handle alcohol. Alcohol tells a lot, especially people who drink and they are in front of free alcohol. It tells you a lot about someone.
Free everything, free food.
Free food, free alcohol.
That's when you see
all when you're in front of people who are lower in status and there's nothing you can gain from them. How someone treats such people will tell you a lot of how they're going to treat you. If in a home, how someone treats their maid, how they speak to them, it will tell you a lot about that person. There are things that they're not going to change about themselves.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot of work. So dating has to involve all those aspects. Talk about children. Talk about,
Career, how you see yourself.
your careers, expectations.
Yes.
Someone goes and looks for someone who has a PhD, but at the back of his mind, he thinks, I want a woman who's going to stay home and cook. And then you look for someone who has a PhD, and for them, their dreams is to go through career, and they are going. So
They
you know
also
that at some point,
speaking on behalf of
so at some
PhD
point,
holders, they also cook.
No, I'm saying, I said stay home.
Yes.
So then you know that this is not a person
For me.
yes, this is not a person for me. I'm shooting in a different direction. So dating means that you put out your expectations, you share the life that you want, and another person listens to it. You have a conversation, and then you have a moment. Of course, then you can't have someone 100%. But there are things where you say, I can't put up with that.
What are some of those hard conversations? Give us examples of those hard conversations that people who are dating to marry must have.
So there are four. We've found that in our work with couples, but also in what we read. By the way, we study a lot. We've gone for many different courses on family life, marriage, parenting, and all that. We are intentional in this area.
There's a time we did a 6 months course.
Wow.
At the University of Strathmore.
Hey.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes, not resident. You go for the sessions, you go back home. So we are very intentional in investing in learning about marriage and family life. But there are most of the challenges fall in 4 main categories: faith, family, finances, intimacy. So most of the fights couples have, from even amongst ourselves, but also in the work we do to support couples as the couple binders, is usually in those 4 areas. So we encourage the couples to have conversations on all those 4 especially. So when you talk about faith, for example, you know how the Bible tells people, if you're not, what does it say, Collins, you're Christian? Don't be yoked.
Unequally yoked with the non-believer.
Unequally yoked.
Yeah, with the non-believer.
But usually you find people when they fall in love, we love each other, they think we'll handle whatever comes.
Yeah.
Myself, for example, I dated someone who is not my faith. And because I'm so passionate about my faith, I would find that many times before Ronnie, I dated. He also dated before me.
Was he Muslim?
Not Muslim. But even us amongst Christians, we believe differently.
Oh, yes.
So it's very easy for you to conflict even as you believe in Christ. So if faith is something you're passionate about and practicing your particular faith is something you're passionate about, you may need to really have conversations about that if you like someone who is not of that faith. Because marriage is a journey of becoming one. So if you have something which is dividing you right from the beginning, you'll have to put in more work. Of course, we have found couples who are different faiths and they work out well, but they have to put in work.
Extra work. Because
imagine, now when you're dating, it's happy, someone can invite you, let's go to fellowship together, you go. But when you get married, children will come in, you have to baptize. All these things are guided by your belief. You have to pray. Do you pray together? For example, for me, it was important that I should marry someone I can pray with. We are able to pray the same prayers. We are able to go for spiritual experiences together. And so eventually, I had to say this relationship will not work because of this. And I should. But for others, faith is not a big issue. But we found it is for many. Even if someone is a non-believer, it's important that maybe they find a non-believer so that they non-believe together. Otherwise, they will conflict. So one of you has to, in some couples which are intermarried, one maybe is not so strong in their faith, so they give up and follow the other one. And it works out. But where both of them are strong, the pulling will happen, or one will feel like my side has been ignored. So they fight over faith and how to practice it, because faith is into everything that we do. We serve together in the church where we serve, and it helps us to bond. It's a lot of work also. But when we have stresses, we share them. Hello to the members of St. Luke community where we serve in Namugongo. Yes, but so faith. And then, can you talk about the second one? Family.
it's also important to talk about family.
Family, yeah.
Family in two ways. Actually, it comes in three.
Yeah.
It starts with if you're not marrying someone of your culture, during dating, you need to talk about your cultural differences
And how you resolve them.
and how you resolve those cultural differences.
Yeah.
How you're going to find a meeting point between, between those different practices, and how you're going to relate with the in-laws on either side around those cultural differences, because they handle a lot of pressure. They insert a lot of pressure on a couple.
Yeah.
Pressure that comes from people of influence in the family. And so sometimes they are a breaking point. So you need at an early stage to agree on how you're going to manage those cultural differences and the family dynamics.
Yeah.
Say there are families where they say every Christmas we go to this village.
Yes.
And then, 1 year, 2 years, it can be fun. Then eventually someone's like, but also I want to be with my people. And it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
So it's those are things that you talk about early and say, okay, how do we handle that? What shall be the main point? Who will be the fight? Who will fight the battles? Now, if I get Lucy and I bring her home, and then I let Lucy fight the battles in my home, it should be that I protect her and I do the battles. And she does the same thing on her side. So those are conversations that you have early when you're dating. They're very difficult because sometimes it appears like you're attacking someone's culture.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it is, at the bottom line is that you have to have that conversation. The other one is the family dynamics where people have grown, where people have been raised and socialized. There are families where, these days we have very many families that are single parents because of social, when you look into our sociology, we are in the age that was affected by HIV and the wars.
Yeah.
So we have very many parents that became single, orphans, children that have been raised in other homes with aunties and aunties. So we have a family where if a man marries from a family where for a man was raised by a single mother, and for him he grew up seeing the matriarch, the mother is the strongest in the home, she decides everything, and marries a woman who is from a family where the father was the head, the patriarch. He makes all the decisions. When they are together, the woman will look at the man and she will want the man to do like her father did. But the man also look at her and want her to do like the mother did.
Yeah.
And it will be a point of conflict.
Yeah.
And so those discussions, you need to have them early. Who pays the bills? Who handles the hard conversation around at school? When kids are suspended at school, who is going to go there? Because for the man, he saw the mother handling that. And the girl saw the father handling that. So she will expect the husband to do that. And husband will be like, no,
The wife
that's a
should
worry.
go.
Yeah, the wife should do that.
Yeah.
So those are things you discuss way early and agree. And you know that it may not happen, but when a conflict appears, you know where to go to. You're like, our blueprint was that this is how we are going to handle that situation. So it gives us a starting point. Then there's also now the aspect of how the two of you want the family to be. When you grow up, where do you want to live? Do you plan to build early or later? Do we want to have 4 children, 5 children, 6 children?
No children.
All no children at all. You can marry someone and they'd say, I don't want to have
want children. How
And another one, like, I want 10. And they start
Just imagine
struggling.
when during dating you didn't have a conversation on that, and then after the wedding, for you the man 1 year you're expecting, then the woman, she's already on contraception. She doesn't want to have kids at all. It can be a heated, and we've engaged with couples where this is a big problem. Yeah. So do you even want to have children? You have that conversation. When we are dating, for example, Ronnie underwent some surgery and there was a possibility he would not have children. Wow. It was that intense. And we had to have that conversation. What if the children don't show up? Are we still willing to be together? And we decided to go ahead. That's why for us, we didn't say we are waiting to have children. We were happy to have children immediately because there was a possibility we wouldn't have them.
Wow.
Yeah. So we have 4 of them, and we are happy.
4 of them.
Talk about trauma.
We have 4 biological children.
Interesting.
Yes.
I think the other one is trauma. Past trauma.
Yes.
Yes. The issues that someone has gone through that sometimes are going to replay. People that were molested when they're children, people that were abused in different kind of ways, physical, psychological, emotional, people that underwent different situations, war, what. There are those things you need to have a discussion as a couple to understand and appreciate that I may get these episodes.
Yes.
And probably these are going to be there's a word they use, the triggers. Yeah, these are likely to be the triggers. So that the other one knows, okay, when I see my person like that, I just move them out of that space because I know what's coming.
Yeah.
And you've had that conversation way early.
Yeah.
And you've grown into it and you know about that.
Now, we are not saying that if you find a person who has challenges, you leave them. No.
Yeah,
we are saying that
speak through them.
you have an awareness that this is an issue that we may need to work with.
Yeah.
And sometimes a person may even need to get help before they get married.
Yeah.
And you support them through that journey.
Yeah.
Then the third is finances. Money.
Because now there's a huge expectation. Yes, a man is supposed to provide.
Yes.
And in this generation of ours, like men, it's a must. A man is supposed to provide everything. Pay the rent, pay the fees, buy the food, make sure she's looking nice. And what is the woman's contribution? So you as a couple who have been together for 16 years, as a conversation that couples need to have before they actually get married. First tell us, as you speak about the issue of finance, how do you handle your finances? Who pays all the bills? Or do you guys split? If you're constructing, who does what? Or it's the man's sole responsibility?
Okay. You want to take it? So Collins, like we shared for us, the guiding principle, one of the guiding principles we found to run our marriage on is, it's not ours actually, it's in the Bible.
Yeah.
Man shall cleave to the wife, they become one. So oneness became a very important thing for us. We discussed it before marriage, we continued discussing it. And so we said, for us, we should work on being one in everything. Not, when you talk about oneness, most people's brains first goes to the physical. But this oneness talked about was not limited to the physical. It's in everything. So the journey of marriage is journeying towards becoming one. That when you see Ronnie, even though you're not seeing me, but when you engage with Ronnie, you can be able to pick Lucy's aspirations, Lucy's dreams, Lucy's realities, and all that. So for us, oneness was the guiding principle for all, even in finances. So by during dating, we agreed. Of course, we had a hard conversation on money. Ronnie at a certain time said it was a very hard conversation. It was one of those times when he was like,
let me chill.
I should throw in the towel. Because here was a broke girl who is not yet working, telling him, let's talk about money. But that was because I had seen, growing up, just take you a little back, I didn't grow up in a family where there was abundance. So the money struggles were real. But you could see mommy handles her money, daddy handles his money. Of course, sometimes they agree and do a project. But what that does when there isn't abundance is your parents can bounce you. Mommy tells you, go and ask daddy. Daddy tells you, go and ask mommy. And ask mommy. Yeah. And for me, I didn't want a marriage which is like that. I didn't want to have my children also be bounced around. Yeah. But also I had seen the power that money comes with. The person who has money, it has power that it gives. So I said this is a conversation we should have early with my boyfriend then. And so I introduced it on the table. What do you think? What do you think? The way you've asked us, how should couples manage money? And so we went into talking about it. It wasn't a one-off conversation. It was continuous. But eventually we got from the hard place of everyone believed what they saw happen. Because even where he grew up, the parents were handling separately. Of course, they agree on some project, but some are separate. But we said for us, we shall now manage jointly. Together. Oneness. And it's good we had that conversation. We were still broke when no one could say, me, I already have this building. Yeah. Me, I already have this. So
you're like, we are going to build this together.
Yes. So we both work. We are both career people. I'm a lawyer by profession. I do human rights work. Ronnie also works. We both work in the development sector. And it has been really helpful that we had that conversation. So from the beginning, we decided we are handling together, jointly. So Collins, I don't have my money.
It's for the both of you.
Yes.
So okay, now when you make money, you give it to him or you put it on the joint account and then
I
you
don't
start-
give it to him. Interestingly,
Yeah.
so when we were dating, we actually opened a joint account just to practice having to put money there, and then when something would come up where we have to spend, then we would discuss. If, for example, we had to contribute to a friend's wedding, then we would say, how much do we give? 50K, 100K. We were still broke, by the way. We are no longer so broke. We are no longer broke. So we would agree, and then yes. But now married, each of us has their account in their name. I receive my salary. He receives his salary. We also have an account, for example, for the couple binders, the work we do there. But when money is received on my account, my salary, let me just use 2 million as an example. The Kazibwe household has 2 million. Lucy doesn't have 2 million.
The Kazibwe household.
The same applies. Money comes to his account, 3 million is received. Now the Kazibwe household has 5 million.
5 million.
So we budget. We have Excel sheets. We know how our family, we spend every month on this, we spend on this. We budget, we input income and expenses.
Yeah.
So we record for us, because one of the money we've invested also in learning finances.
Yeah.
You have to have a budget and you have to know your expenses. So we record our expenses. I can tell you, Collins, that last month we spent this amount on fuel. Wow. Yes. So we record our expenses. And I do most of the management of the Excel sheets, but he is on his phone in the notes. Whatever he spends, he can record. So we budget together, we go through our finances, we plan together, we invest together. When we buy assets, we have them in our names.
In your names.
It is a system that has worked for us. It has very many advantages. So we teach couples and encourage them to do it. We can only teach them comfortably what we know. However, we've also interacted with couples who don't manage money together. Yeah? One brings this, another brings that. For us, we don't do that that way. For us, we fully manage it together.
Interesting.
Yes.
What about the bills?
And even the bills. So the budget has...
So what usually happens is that before we started putting the Excels together, we first started with the principle of knowing where money goes.
Yeah.
So we had a book. We had a blue book at home.
Yeah.
So every evening when you come back home, I would note in the book
how much
where the money I've used, where it has gone.
Yeah.
She would also note in the book where the money has gone. Yeah. So we built, over time, we started looking for patterns of this is, I spend on this at lunch, I spend on this, I buy this. So we use those to now create a trend. And we know that, okay, in the last 3 months, this is how the trend has been. This is where we waste money. So we use that to have a conversation. How do we save more money? What do we remove off? Before we started creating the Excels.
Yeah.
Now, in the Excel, there are things like bills, electricity, water, data. Everything that needs to be spent on money is there. Yeah. School fees, even has a column for savings, a column for loans.
Wow.
A column for, so we know that when it's percentages. Yes. So we know this percentage is going to that. For example, when there are no school fees at that particular point, then that money will go into investment because that pool is bigger. Yeah. When there's, if you're not investing at that particular point, we are saving it somewhere. So there are all those pools that we work with and we know how much. So we just agree on maybe reducing them, increasing them based on the context of that particular math. Yeah. We also, there's something we do because you might ask and say, but that restricts one. Yeah. And you feel like I don't have a me. So what we did, we decided to put a column that we call pocket money or personal money on that.
Personal expenses.
It's called personal expense. So it just runs as a thing, personal expenses, and it's a block. So we take it as a single expense. Now, when I get my expense, she gets hers. Now, what we do with that money is up to each of us. I can give it away. If I have a friend who has a problem and it is not in our, because also we have in our book we had where we give it's called
Giving.
It's called giving.
Giving.
Yes, where we give. It's in that
Wedding
that
contributions.
When wedding
Mabugo.
contributions, mabugo, which we pick it from that
Yeah.
that thing. But when I have something, a sibling can call you and say, "Oh, I need. Let's go and I buy you lunch. Or let's go and we do this." I
Goes
pick
in
it
your
from
pocket
that.
money.
So from that pocket money, and so I don't have to go and write in a book that I had lunch. No, because it's already an expense
Under your pocket
under,
money.
under my
Pocket
pocket
money.
money.
Interesting.
So it gives you that individuality to know that I have my money that I'm controlling, but also we have a money. Now, that particular amount of money varies depending on how we are earning. So there are times where one job goes and we have one job, we are relying
we have
on
less
one.
money.
So it means that our money has reduced.
Yeah.
So we work around the percentages and we rack them and say, if it has reduced by this percentage, we are also going to reduce by those percentages. But we are not necessarily going to say we've stopped living.
Yeah.
And if it increases, we also increase by the percentages. And it has really worked out for us. So we know where the money goes. We know where. So she knows my ATM number. I know her ATM number. The times when there's a time when you find me, I'm having her ATM number because I need to do a transaction that needs her ATM.
Yeah.
And then she has my ATM. So we even have those, and you know that, oh, I'm going to get it. And I'm not even going to tell her that, I withdrew. Look at the because
But
we've
the
created
messages
that.
come
Yeah, because we've created that trust.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of that I can do that. But also we know that it doesn't make us lose our individuality. But it has been a very long conversation over months to where we are.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it's incremental.
Yes.
And so you have to every lesson learned, you add into that. But when you master it, you get a better life.
And Collins, we've seen very many benefits from managing our finances together.
Yeah.
Number one, we root for each other. What do I mean? When I will pray and celebrate my husband if he's getting more money or he has a better opportunity, because I know it's coming to us. We've interacted with couples who pray against each other. Because we are like, if this man, God blesses him with a better car, with the way he's treating us with this small car,
He will leave us.
he will leave us, But for us, we root for each other. My growth is his growth. My prosperity is his prosperity. So we support each other to rise in our careers and in whatever we do, because we know at the end of the day, it is. So it takes away competition, because some couples actually compete with each other. You buy a better car, I buy what? Another one. For us, we don't have that. Actually, we use one car.
Yeah, we've even had instances where
we share one car.
Where we say, I'm going to hold my career, put my career slightly on hold. So that you go through this experience, because it's going to help us to earn better.
And we did that at the beginning of our marriage.
What experience was that? Tell us about that.
When we got married, Ronnie was out of job.
Yeah.
Yes. Those were the years where growing trees had become a thing. So he was employed, and then he went out of it to try out life out of full-time job. Farming, yes, farming.
And doing consultancy work.
So by our wedding date, we had one salary, mine.
Wow.
And it was about 650,000 a month. So we started our marriage on that. That's what we were earning, and it's what we were using to rent and survive.
Just your salary?
Yes.
No, we were doing other things. We are talking of the consistent salary. Yes,
sometimes we get some consultancies here, gigs here, and all
How long
that.
did you survive on your salary?
5 years.
We pushed for
But
that
it wasn't 650. Now, we were going back to the other one where you support each other. I got a scholarship to do my master's in law out of the country. And so we had to make that hard decision when we were newlywed. Yeah, we were newlywed, and then I got a scholarship, and then we were at honeymoon actually when I got the news, and we decided that I take it. And he supported me through it, because by the time I went for the master's, I was pregnant. And he had to give up a lot to come and support me through it. We didn't go to stay there together. He would come for the welcoming of the baby, stay around and all that. So it was a big sacrifice on his side. But also, it was a challenge we faced in our first year of marriage. Actually, Collins, after that, we decided that we would never take an opportunity which takes us away from each other for more than 6 months.
Wow.
And we've not done that since then, because we realized that physical presence is very important in a marriage. So we've not stayed away from each other continuously for 6 months since that master's degree. So 5 years he was not in this full-time employment. I was the one in full-time employment. But what that did for us, looking back, it helped us to build the foundations of our marriage. Why? He tried out because he had this dream of farming and he was able to try it out. So what we did in our little earnings, still because we were joined in our financial muscle, we would save some money and started buying some lands.
Wow.
Yes, and so he did we started doing some farming, planted the trees that he was so passionate about. Nice. So he went for his passion in that period, but we had this consistent salary that was coming in from my work, which would help us through. And we did that for 5 years. Another thing that period did for us is we had children. We had 3 children in 5 years. It wasn't easy, but because one of us was around, not fully employed, because employment can be hard when both of you are in those early years. So when children fall sick, who is taking them to hospital? You. So at least Ronnie was around because his schedule was adjustable in relation to mine. So it took like 5 years, and then eventually he went back into employment. A long story of another time, one of it being our trees were burnt.
Wait, the trees had grown and someone just came and burnt them?
20 acres burnt.
What? No, let's get into that story. So who did that? Why did they do it? Were they ever arrested?
No, it was an accident by an old lady.
Yeah.
Next on who was our neighbor. We had quite a big chunk of land.
Yeah.
It was spanning very many acres. But where the trees, especially these particular ones, were 20. The longest were on 20 acres. And those were huge trees. They had reached a level of
the small poles.
Not small poles.
Medium.
The poles where you'd start hugging it. Wow. Like some of the trees,
eucalyptus.
Some of them Shiven would give them names. like you would hold them and your hands can't touch.
Yeah.
So a lady, an old lady, was lighting a fire.
Yeah.
So I think she was burning grass. She had an acre next to us, and I think there was a lot of wind, and the wind blew the fire. So when it blew the fire, it blew up in the air. So the fire didn't go down. Yeah. It went up in the leaves. And you know how leaves can be. The whole place went. That fire ranged for almost a square mile.
What?
For us, we lost 20 acres of trees. We had a neighbor who lost
more
200 acres of maize that was dry.
Yeah.
You know why they leave the maize hanging upside down?
Yes.
Someone lost 200 acres of maize. What? That was... the lady actually got pressure, but we told them, we are okay. This thing, we are not taking any action. It wasn't intentional. The family had even said, please don't take us
how
to...
we got the news. When we got the news that our trees were burned, we had someone at the farm who would stay there. We had lost an auntie of Ronnie, so we were at a burial. Then we get the phone call. Collins, do you know tears going through you and people think you're crying for the dead? When it is the pain. Because we were young and almost every Saturday we were at the farm and
they had reached a
working.
level where they're going to bring
It was painful.
quite some
Let
money.
me tell you, that was going to be some good money.
Yes. And when they burnt, the burnt now started burning downwards.
Yes.
So you'd find like as if it's charcoal. There's even nothing you can do with it. Yeah.
Now, one of the benefits of jointly handling finances is you go through pains and traumas together.
Yeah.
Now, just imagine, because you have your deal, your wife doesn't know about it. When it goes bad, you come home, you're stressed, but you can't even share why you're stressed. For us now, we go through those moments. We were holding each other. At night, that night we held each other. It's like you just see your money disappearing. We held each other. It was so painful, but we go through it together. So what builds you as a couple in life is the ability not only to go through joyful moments, but the ability to go through pain together. Yeah. And you come out of it and you learn from it. Yeah.
So did you plant more trees after that?
After that, we decided to diversify. We planted gonja
at another
piece, but not at that particular one. That particular one, we first gave it a rest. Gonja. Then so we planted. I think the plan had been to have 10 acres of gonja. I think we had achieved 5.
Yeah.
It was bringing in some money now. COVID came.
We couldn't travel.
We had goats, like about 50. I think we had started also the goats, so we had said we had like about 50. And I think, remember, so we had some general who had, we had some luck of having friends. There's a general who wanted to sell us more goats and cows, I think about 130 something. So we're telling him, first wait for COVID. Then, and he's like, no, give me the money. I'd given us really quite a deal. But then when COVID hit, so we couldn't move to where the goats are. The gonja, the grass grew into the gonja. Then the goats, for some reason, they'll tell you they are dead. And those things, so we sold we sold what was left, and we just decided to sell off that piece of land. For farming.
So we've gone through those, and so you're able. So when someone comes and tells you a thing, we've done some learnings together. Wow. And it's beautiful also to look back at some of those moments, and you're like, we came out of this, and we are here, and we are fine.
Still concerning
and it's passion.
Doing things jointly. You see, there's a notion, there's a saying that is going around. It's been there for quite some time. Of as a woman, yes, have things with your husband, but also have things on your own, just in case. Now, how can we eliminate that just in case? Because people are getting into marriage. You'll go on TikTok, you'll see women giving advice to the young girls. Me, my husband and I own this, but for me, I have my piece of land, I have my house, I have my rentals, I have my businesses that my man does not know about.
How do they put that on TikTok? The man will know about it anyway.
Even when people are having just casual conversations.
It goes back to Collins, what you've said. And we are big advocates for kill the divorce mentality. Why are you entering marriage already planning for the worst? Because that comes from already you are expecting the worst before it even happens. And I'm in the world, so I've had this. I'm a lawyer, Collins. I interact with people who have faced this. I'm a member of the Association of Women Lawyers, FIDA Uganda. I'm actually on their board. I'm the vice president. Wow. So I interact in these conversations. I get many calls from some women who have faced that. So it's we can't say it's not a reality, but one of the challenges is people are going into relationships when they're already planning their demise.
Their exit.
So if this man is unfaithful, why are you getting married to a man who is unfaithful in the first place? If this man is bad, why are you getting married to a person who is bad? Of course, as you go in, because already the ground is shaky, you're planning all these different things. And I understand some people have really been frustrated even when they've given their all. But if we were to look at the risks of life, we wouldn't do life. Risk is there, but still you have to do life. So for us, we still...
I think it's about mitigation.
Mitigation, yes.
I know that some people have been burnt, but when you look back, there's something that happens when people fall in love and people become fools. That is one of the things we tell people, talk and agree. Because those are some things we're going to agree. When we buy property, the property is going to be in
both names.
Already you're protecting yourself. Because if the house is in our names, the title deed is in your name and my name, you're not going to just tell someone, pack up and go. Person will say, okay, let me take my share because it's mine. But someone will say, I'm married to this man, we are buying land, I'm putting money there, but he's putting the title in his own name. Already that's a problem.
We have very many women on the street with cars. My husband bought me this car, but the car is in the husband's name. It's not your car.
So you need to start from there and have had conversation and say, okay, if we are going to build, and the scale we are going to build, let's buy land together. Let it be in our names. The title deed comes out in our name. You don't even have to say, at some point I have to prove that it is mine. Or I contributed something. It's already clear.
Yes.
If I am going to give money to my spouse, and I know it's shaky and shady, then I'll have to use electronic means. Because people say, when did you ever give me money? So if I get money and I transfer it to your bank account and I narrate and I put in the reasons, I'm sending you this money to buy land for this and this and this. Later, that's going to be evidence. And I'm protecting myself. So I'm thinking it's better protection than a thing on my side. Because what happens with the things on my side is if you die and no one knows about it, people take it. People whom you didn't intend to end up
They,
taking.
they end up taking those things.
Yes, end up taking it. There was a case of a gentleman, he had cars, matatus, very many. He passed on. Do you know what the drivers did? They kept quiet. The wife used to say, my husband used to have taxis. The kids were not going to school. They were also the drivers kept quiet.
Yeah.
There was no will. They knew, okay, I think we have a way out.
Yeah.
And
But
everyone took property.
Did she come and ever claim them?
No.
Because
How did she know?
she can't know.
Later,
The husband didn't.
Later the story came out.
The story came out, and because of from people who start saying, "Oh, by the way, they cheated her."
Why aren't people going to school yet your husband
But
left
you
all
see,
this?
why aren't kids going to school? Your husband was so rich, and she's like, "We don't have anything. We don't know anything about it." But it comes from that background. I think we need to. People are so suspicious of each other.
Yeah.
You marry someone and you're so suspicious of them, and then you wonder, but this is the person you sleep with every evening.
Share bed
And
with, man.
share bed with.
Yes.
But then you're suspicious of the 5,000 in your wallet that
Yeah.
they might see it.
And we also want to speak into the different situation. I want to speak to the women. You know, you have to know your person, and you have to know the protection mechanisms that are there and to utilize them.
Yeah.
Already you can tell, Collins, from your relationship if the person is not willing to come on board with you. Collins, if you buy me a car and you're not putting it in my name, it's obvious. We are not united in that. So we also interact with couples who are not able to get to the level that we've gotten to. And we tell them it's okay, you can come have a methodology that works with you. If you're separating your property, you can agree to do that. Just work towards peace in your home. And we've also met others who are strong on saying it is the husband's role to provide. Me, I will not pick any coin. We don't look at provision only as money. A husband has to provide the vision in the home. A husband has to provide the security, not to sleep on the gate, but, when something is on the gate and Ron is around, I'll not get up. But when Ron is not around, I'll get up and do it. Yeah. So the wife supports the husband in fulfilling his mandate. Yeah. So we've had times when Ronnie was out of job. I've had times when I was out of job. And for us, we just be like, we had 5, now we have 3. Not that Ron is out of job, so this the whole home has no money.
Yeah.
It is not there. But be wise, dear women. If you have a spouse who is not coming on board in this, then you have to, it means both of you have agreed, you're not working it out together.
Yeah, so you need to find what works for you in that context.
Yes.
Also, there are cases where one is abusing alcohol, one is abusing drugs.
Infidelity, they're having kids here
you
and
need
there.
To agree in that
you
case. You adjust the way you handle
and
say, okay, at the end of the day, I need to be protected, and he also need protected, and we are going to, and for us, that is how we are handling it. And their homes like that, and they have survived, celebrating 50 years, and they're okay. And for them, that has worked.
Yes.
Wow.
So the thing is, you need to know your context, the context you're in as a couple, and work around that context.
So before we leave the money conversation, it's a big one. One of the things we do under the couple binders is every year, since 2014, we organize an annual couples getaway, and we talk about different things. So this year, it happens the second weekend of June, so it will be from 12th to 14th in June this year, and this time we are talking about money. We are we are having as a guest speaker Mr. Newton Buteraba. Newton and Ronnie were together in SMARC.
Oh, nice, nice.
6 years.
Nice.
So we are having him as a guest speaker to talk to couples because, you have to make the money. Money makes life easy. Money makes life easy. Yeah. So he will be talking about how to make the money, how to grow it and all that. And then we shall be bringing in the conversation on how can you manage it as a couple. We find that some couples have just not gotten someone to tell them that you can actually manage it as a couple. So everyone does what they want. But to show them that it's possible, Ron and I have worked together. We've built our home. We are doing well. And it has come from all these discipline and principles that we've done together. We have things which you find in my name. For example, our car is in my name, but it's our car. I know it's our car. We just put it in my name because it was easier at the time when we bought it.
Yeah.
Yes. So we are going to have a conversation on money. We want to invite you to sign up. We have our website, www.thecouplebinders.com. You can check for information about us from there. We also have a YouTube channel, which is growing.
Yes.
It's young. So you can find us. We are not secret people. Yes.
Right. Now let's get into intimacy.
Intimacy. Oh, I thought we had finished.
We had not. We had
All
not
the
yet.
things.
Eh,
Yeah, intimacy is the other
Intimacy.
things couples fight about. That's a conversation you'll have throughout your marriage. It's a long one.
Intimacy has levels.
Yeah.
There's physical intimacy. That's what most people know about.
Yeah.
And when they say we have issues with intimacy, it's all about physical. But intimacy has physical, it has spiritual intimacy, and it has emotional intimacy. So most times we don't even go into the spiritual intimacy of how a couple builds intimacy, but through their spiritual life, and they
Are
rise
you
to a
able
very
to pray
high
together?
level of being connected as a couple. So usually it's ignored, and yet that affects the physical intimacy. The emotional intimacy too usually gets ignored, and we always go for physical intimacy. So the thing is that the couple has to balance the three sides of physical, spiritual, and emotional.
Emotional.
Yes. If one goes more, then you get an issue. The intimacy, before a couple has an intimacy, I'll speak from the side of a believer who is a Christian.
Yeah.
Someone from a different one can also take it at that point.
Yeah.
That it starts with the intimacy. Before my intimacy with Lucy, I have to have an intimacy with God. If I don't have an intimacy with God, definitely my intimacy with Lucy is going to keep having holes. So I need to build. I'm not talking about being religious, but I'm talking about having a relationship
With God.
with God. That changes someone. Having a personal relationship because couples, there's this triad we do usually use and say God is at the center, and that's what we
Me, I'm
do
forming
when
a
we
triangle for
were
you.
getting married. Anyway, God is at the center.
At the
So
top.
we make, me and Lucy, we make our vows, but our vows are made to each other. But the contract, the covenant we make is, I make a covenant with God, not with Lucy. Lucy makes a covenant with God too. And so the closer, if you make that triangle,
I've made it for you.
yes, the closer you move towards the top, the closer you get
With
to each other. The distance between the two of you becomes narrower and narrower. So, and the lower you move away from that, the distance between the two of you also widens. So intimacy has to start from that angle of having an intimate relationship with God, not a religious one. Many people confuse that and say, I'm in the choir, I'm in the ushering team, I'm in this, I'm doing all these things.
I pray on Sunday.
Yes, I pray every Sunday.
Yeah.
And that is an intimate relation. No, a relationship is different. A relationship is where I know God hears my voice, I hear his voice. We are close. We have this closeness. I'm in his presence.
Can I add something?
Yes.
And when you grow in your relationship with God, what you grow in, Collins, is character. You're more forgiving, you're more patient, you're more enduring. And those are the things you need to make a relationship work. Yeah.
You find that things that used to annoy you, you go. They don't. You understand the other person more. You like, I appreciate. You're more appreciative of the other person. Your humility grows.
Yeah.
And it's humility is very important in a relationship, in a marriage. So when we start, so that intimacy starts from that angle, the spiritual intimacy.
Yeah.
And so I need to find, so when I have it with God, then I move it with her. Because one of the reasons I marry Lucy is that after making a covenant between me and God, is that I need to hold her hand I need to make her life so bearable that she goes to heaven.
You can hold my hand.
And her role is also to make my life so bearable that I go to heaven.
Yeah.
And so it starts from there. So we build our spiritual intimacy. Then we can go into prayers. We can go into those other aspects that help us to achieve that.
Yeah.
Then we go into the emotional ones,
Yeah.
to emotional intimacy, where now before we connect spiritually, I connect with our emotions. So I need to understand her love language as a person. You know, you can be with someone and you can be with someone and they've never spoken another's love language. You've had cases where someone says, I give her everything. Then she goes with a boda man. Yeah. But you know that boda man, every time he brings the toke you send at home, he's like, Mama onyirira. Mama wachusiza akagole, akaviri, kalipstiki. You know, she gives him water and it's like, Mama neanziza. Is at the point of kneeling down. For you, your wife served you food last night. You didn't even say thank you. You didn't even comment about the food because you're like, it's expected.
Yeah.
It's going to. She changes clothes and you're like, she goes to a salon and it's like as if nothing happened.
You don't notice.
You don't notice. You know, it's someone's love language may be receiving gifts, but you never ever given them anything. There's a couple that told us for them their marriage survived on sweet Pepsi. So the man knew that his wife loves receiving gifts. Receiving gifts. A person who loves receiving gifts, it's not about the value of the gift.
Any gift is not.
Any gift.
Yeah.
So every evening he would buy a sweet Pepsi. 2. One for him, one for her. And it was their moment. They would always sit and have her sweet. And then she receives it and she would be so happy. She would always look forward to those sweets. And
it's actually the small things.
It's the small things. That I think is 100 shillings. I think 50 or
Oh wow! You know, it's interesting how something small can actually create a big impact.
And that song, Obuntu Obutono.
Yes.
They build
you know,
up.
this that country song, Buy Me a Rose, Call Me From Work, Open the Door for Me. You know, tiny things at the end of the day. For you want to buy so many things. Your spouse may be their love languages, acts of service, words of affirmation. But you've never praised them. You've never sat down and said, you know, I saw you on TV. I really loved the way you spoke. Today, you came back home early. I am so happy. Thank you for coming home. You know, because even coming home, the people who don't return home, you know, it's they look like everyday routine. But
the key things.
But the key things, you know, a person can cook food every day, and one day the food gets burnt. The person overturns the house. But you know, that's when you'll be like, I'll cut her some slack. It was a bad day.
Yeah.
You don't even have to comment the food was burnt. I thank her for cooking. You go and wash the dishes and things like that. That's emotional intimacy.
Wow.
You build that because it builds into physical. But you know, people are like, no, sex is no longer happening. But you know, if those things are not happening, it won't happen.
Or it will be bad.
It will be bad.
Not worth it.
Someone comes home. There are these couples where maybe the wife stays home, the husband, he's the one who provides everything. But he comes home, he gets a newspaper and sits, opens it up, watches news. The wife is cooking, the kids are crying. He can't even stand up to carry the child. It's like, no, I provide. And he sits down. And you expect that intimacy in bed is going to be the same.
It can't.
It can't be the same. So that's the thing. So build the emotional intimacy. So, and it's many things. And for you to build an emotional intimacy, you need to know your person. So you need to really, really know their love language.
Yeah.
And if you don't know someone's love language, you can't love them well. Because when you love them, it's not going to be the same.
Yeah.
I will buy you a Mercedes Benz. But if you love language, you know, have you ever seen kids? You give one a doll, they receive it, and after 5 minutes they throw it away. They don't even remember why it is.
Yeah.
It means
Children
that
to have a love language.
It means that child's love language is not receiving gifts. It's okay to give them gifts, but it is not. Then you find another child. When you come home, they want to come and sit next to you. It doesn't matter what you came with. Even if you didn't come with anything, they want you to carry them. They spend to you. They are speaking to you, looking in your face. Then you know this one, it's either physical touch or
quality time.
Quality time. So it means that I need to do that. I'll spend 10 minutes with them and they will feel seen and feel heard. That's the same thing. So you'll find that a couple, you've had those things where people say, I don't feel seen. I don't feel heard in this relationship.
Oh my God, yes.
But it comes from that
Divergences
emotional
in the love
intimacy.
language.
Now, when you finish covering those two, then it's physical. And physical becomes easier. Where
Unless there are
where
really
spiritual
challenges like trauma which someone has to go through.
Yeah, but even when someone has trauma, that they cannot, when someone touches them, they flinch. If they've worked where they are spiritual and they're emotional, they will be more receptive than when it is just physical.
Yeah.
Then physical becomes fulfilling. You find that it's a more fulfilling relationship. Yeah, intimacy. So most couples have ignored the spiritual and they have ignored the emotional, and they have looked for singers. They have looked for rooms. They have looked for
They are drinking
for movies.
everything.
They have done
Drinking
drunk,
okra,
shake things. But the key is emotional and spiritual.
You go to people preparing
Balance
people
them.
for marriage and they are only teaching them how to have sex.
Yeah, this is how you welcome the man. Do this. Then they're like, put these things in bed, put these things. They have these ointments, put this ointment, shake for him.
Move like this. It will not work.
But
because
if
marriage is not
emotionally,
prostitution
a
that you're
person has not
acting
been
out. You
prepared,
can't act all the time.
because then you need also to realize, we used to make a joke that men are like a gas cylinder, you light it, and women are like a charcoal stove. Takes its time, build up slowly by slowly.
When it lights up.
Yes. But also then people forget the men who are also like a sigiri, that they have to build it slowly.
Yeah,
It's
there are always exceptions
Wow.
to the general rule.
Yes. And so you need to know your person. And you cannot be intimate with someone you don't know. Just like we say, you can't be intimate with the relationship with God when you don't know him.
Yeah,
You have to know him. So you need to know the person to be intimate
with them.
Yeah.
So when we talk about we are talking about intimacy. In marriage, we're looking at intimacy, not just the enjoyment, the physical body enjoyment of sex. Yeah, it's a higher level.
Yeah, because a human is made of a spirit.
That's why the things they teach people
and
that
a
will
soul.
help them don't
And
work.
if you those three of them, touch one of them either.
Yeah.
One will touch the emotion, one will touch the physical, and touch the spiritual, the soul, the spirit, and the body.
Yeah.
Wow. What a beautiful conversation. Beautiful. Now, to the young couples out there, you want to get married, man, these are conversations that you need to have with your partner. We've seen, man, in this generation, divorces are high.
Yeah.
People are leaving marriages.
Yeah.
And I was reading somewhere, and someone was saying that there are people who just fancy the wedding and they do not look at the marriage. We've seen instances where people are married and people are in certain fields, and someone says, I married wrong. I married the wrong person. This is after like 1 or 2 or 3 years after marriage.
Yeah.
You find that now one of the partners has started sleeping around with someone or people to get to a higher position. And they're like, no, now I think I married the wrong person. This person is going to take me to a higher position. Something like that. Can you address that? And also, you people who have been 16 years in marriage, what are the consequences that are there in you stepping out of a vow you've made with God?
Yeah.
And very many people are walking out of it. Very many people are actually committing adultery. And it looks so normal. But now, you're spiritual people. Address that spiritual aspect.
Yeah. Divorce, we actually did a video on that. Last year, the Monitor did an article on it, and they called me to give my inputs on because by then when they called, it was around October, and in that year, 1,800 divorces had been filed, and it was mostly by women. That's why they looked out and said, why are women filing more for divorce? So it's a reality. We are not escaping from it, that it's happening. But it goes, Collins, for me, it pains. Many people actually getting married when they shouldn't. And then they give marriage a bad name.
That is it. Marriage
is a lifelong commitment. For me to be a lawyer, I studied 5 years. And even now, you still do continuous legal education. But how long have you prepared for marriage which is going to last forever? Usually, most people, the preparation they do is towards the wedding. When they go to church and register, and then they tell them come for classes. Already the wedding date is set. Payments have been made. Clothes have been imported. Even when someone sees something wrong, they're like, I've already spent a lot of money.
They're like, let's go through it.
Let's go through with it. We shall
see what
sort it
happens
out.
later.
And I'm having conversations with women. And a couple binders, one of the things we have, I have a forum now for women only, Thrive or Wife. And I can't tell you, Collins, how many times I'm on a phone call with a woman telling me, the pictures are out, the wedding meetings are happening, but she says, I'm having second thoughts. And when you go through the conversation with her, she tells you because of this and this. You know that this man is even cheating right now as we do the meetings. And then you're telling her, are you ready to live in a relationship where your spouse is not faithful? And she says, I'm not. So like if someone is cheating when you're having wedding meetings, obviously they will cheat in the marriage. Yeah.
I despise people.
Yes. And you're saying, can you pause? Because the wedding is a one-day event, but marriage is a lifetime commitment. It's better for you to pause it now than to go through with it. But I think people don't really just appreciate this covenant called marriage.
Yes.
And so they go in when they are not ready. Most of the time, that is where the problem is. You're not ready. You've not had these conversations you should be having. You're just excited about the wedding. I'm 35. My friends are having 50th bones. I've not yet gotten married. Let me just go with whoever is willing to go with me. And then you just go in. I would rather someone stay single than go into marriage when they are not ready to respect the covenant it is. Yes. But now, for those who are already married, you've entered the covenant. You can work through it. Collins, I've watched your videos when you've hosted lawyers who are working on divorce. For me, I refuse to practice it because I do not believe in it. But I keep getting people who call me, and I'll refer them, for example, to FIDA. I'll refer them for help. But I because I don't believe in it, I find that even I am not well equipped to journey with someone through it. Yes, but I respect that some people have faced circumstances where they feel they should go through it. But I want, and those lawyers have told you, it is not as easy and rosy as people think.
When you're done.
You feel you're done, and some have even gone around to throw parties. You see, I'm now free. Check them out 5 years later. Actually, the statistics have shown that people divorce are more unhappy and there are higher rates of divorce in second marriages than in first marriages. For the countries which have done research, the US is so good at that because they have people who have over remarried. So they've been able now to go to that level of researching those ones. And they find that they are even having it harder than what they did in their first marriage. Because the problems of marriage are most times the same. We don't agree on this. I don't feel like working it out. You're cheating, you're what. But just like life is, many of these problems can have solutions. There's nothing new under the sun.
What about those who just do not want to work through it out? One partner is willing.
Another one is not.
And yet the person who is like, I am not willing to work it out, is the one who has been doing all these things. And they're like, let me even go.
Yeah. Ronnie, what would you tell them? Those are hard situations and they are realities.
Yeah, there's someone who said when you find a marriage, a couple where one partner is willing to work out, it is easy to save it.
Yeah.
It is just knowing where to talk and what conversation to have with that person. But also, what happens is that there's something called resentment that we sometimes undermine and we underscore many times. Resentment is important. That sometimes even the courts of law have agreed to have it in as a defense in cases where a spouse has killed another. I remember there's a time where with Justice Batima and was telling us something about that, that they
Reconcilable differences.
that sometimes someone can be pushed to the wall so much, and they're willing to do anything about that. So we underscore that resentment, and that's why it's important to have a breather, to have a window. We call it a window. We call it a window.
Breathe.
Breathe.
A separation.
Our marriage. No, leave that one. Where our marriage, where we check in every day.
Yeah.
For us, we check in every day, and they're like,
Are we okay?
Are we okay? Is there something I need to apologize for? Is there something
I may not have noticed.
I may not have noticed? Because sometimes someone can say something and it hurts you deeply, but they don't know that the way they have said it. They can make a joke in a group.
Yeah.
And it doesn't leave you the same. But they don't know that they have actually even done that. Now, in marriage,
especially a certain personality.
Many, especially personalities are different.
Yeah.
So many people, young people these days have had, it's not only young, even the adults, the older ones, older generations. People do things to each other and they just sweep it under the carpet. And they say they will understand. And they don't go through reconciliation. Now things pile up. They pile up. They're saying that the last straw broke the camel's back. Someone says, it was only one straw. How can a back break? But they don't know that there were other straws that piled up over time. Yeah. And they didn't work through them. There are couples that have dated and have had issues. They have not worked through them. Yeah. And they're going in marriage. And they continue and like it's a normal process. So it should be, someone needs to stop you and say, are you really, really ready? And also our parents. I think while we blame the many people in these relationships, we also need to blame the parents. Sometimes they put undue pressure
on the children.
Like they put undue pressure of you need to bring me a man, you need to bring me a woman, you need to get married. A parent doesn't even sit with their child and say, is it really what you want? Are you ready? Is there something you've seen through that we can stop this? We can talk about this. I remember there's a friend of mine who called me on our wedding day at 6 a.m. They picked the call and is like, Ronnie, good morning. Yes, I said, he told me, are you really, really ready? Is this something you want? You know there's still time. I'm like, yeah, it's something I want. Then he called me when we were in the salon. And he's like, actually, he dropped in because we're near the Christ the King. He's like, I've brought you some juice and everything, but you know this is permanent. Like, yes. Are you ready? There's time to walk out for both of you. It doesn't matter whom it's going to hurt, but you'll heal.
They thought we were young. I was 24, he was 28.
And and we were like, yeah, it's okay. And he said, yeah, I just needed to be sure. Yeah, I'm a friend. I wanted to be sure that we need parents to sit down with their kids. Pray and say, is this what you want? Are you happy?
Yeah.
Are you really going to be happy with this person? Is this the person you really need? Or even friends, sit down and be the devil's advocate. Not the things of, you see the things and then you say, he's our friend, they'll get annoyed.
But sometimes, we support couples to thrive, but we also have our friends who are in painful marriages, who are separating. And sometimes you even watch and you're telling them, this is not right, don't go ahead, but they still go ahead. Yeah, so to the reality which Collins is talking about, when sometimes they are really hard situations. Yeah. And when those happen, we have found that even at a church, for example, for us, we are the Catholic Church is so against divorce. Yeah. And they don't grant divorce. What they do is sometimes they will declare that marriage did not happen because of the circumstances surrounding it. If, for example, Collins, before we got married with Ronnie, I didn't tell him that I don't want to have kids. And then in marriage, I will act that I don't want to have kids. That's a ground where they will say that marriage shouldn't have happened because having children is part and parcel of a marriage. So if someone didn't want to have them, we now declare that it shouldn't have what? Happened.
And because you say that at the other point, I know not of any impediment. And I declare that I know not, so I lied.
Yes.
So
they'll make it now.
Was
Now we found marriages which are hard where people need to separate for some time. they need to separate.
Not
Especially
divorce, but
where we
move
find,
apart.
especially violence, issues of violence, issues of even devil worship. We found issues where couples are affected by witchcraft, devil worship, and someone is not willing to go. There are some marriages which really face hard situations. We have, however, also found testimonies of people who have gone through those things. And their marriages came out, and now they are giving it as a testimony.
They went to the rock bottom.
They went to the rock bottom,
And
came
they're
out,
back.
and they're like, we survived this. And that's why we believe in the power of redemption, that if people are willing to work it out, they can go through that hard time.
We want quick fixes.
Yeah.
Sometimes what you'll say is that I want a divorce. But sometimes what you need is to move a step out, took it from another angle, be alone with yourselves, and then you realize, I think what I had was good.
And get help.
And
while
I
you're
think
doing
I was
that.
the problem. And I realized I needed help in 1 or 2, 3 areas. Let me work through those areas. Maybe then also while the other person is this. So many times couples sometimes go for divorce before they've had
got some
they have
help.
not
Because we
gotten
have
help.
all these testimonies of people who were in this and you've hosted some of them, I believe. Yeah, even what you would call worst scenarios. And they come out and tell you, we went through it, and now God is using their marriage as a testimony.
What about scenarios where a woman is persuaded by another man?
Just like a man can be persuaded
The
by
thing is,
another
there's
woman.
Collins. Like I've told you, sometimes there's a thing we call. Hey, no, I'm going to take you in another area. There's a thing we call love. Love. The English used one word, and for them they said love. But our Greek realized love is really different. So there's agape, there's
Eros and all that.
There's they are different.
Filio.
So they realize love can be different. So let's go back and see what can we do. Now there's filio, where you find. Let me give you an example of filio is where you find someone who has been a person who is running a race of 42 kilometers. It's painful. They're getting muscle pulls, but they'll tell you, I love it. It's nice. But they're even crying tears.
Pain.
That's a marriage that is going for 42 years.
Yeah.
It has had its challenges, but they both love it, and they're saying we are willing to fight. Then you have Bolt, who is going to run 100 meters, and it's fast and it ends. It's like as it's starting, it's ending.
Yeah.
And that is like what we call a crash. It comes, it hits you. The funny thing is, crashes are very hard. A crash is like a Sinotra coming down a hill. You have to move out of its way. No one can be protected from a crash. Even the Pope, a president, a married man, we all get crashes. Everyone. What you need to do is when you have a crash, is you step away.
The Sinotrack is coming.
You step away.
Yeah.
If it is a second glance, you know what made David go back, get that woman? But because he went to look again and again. So if it's just so once and then he said, let me go to the battlefild. And when Anputonism went to the battlefield, wouldn't have gone into that.
Yeah.
If you meet her every morning and she always waits for you in the same spot, maybe you can change the time you come to work. Or, try to adjust your behaviors. But also, it can be on the other side. It is good if it's in a marriage, because every marriage needs a crash. I need to crash your nosy once in a while, and it's
Can
going
you crash
to go
all
away.
that time?
You can't, because it comes and it dies. But then there are men who are going to have a crash on Lucy, and it's going to happen. And they're going to pursue her. There are women that are going to have a crush on me, and it's going to happen. You don't know at what point she's going through, where maybe the person who is having a crush is going to do a trial and it will be successful.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that Lucy didn't love me for all these other times. And if given an opportunity, she'll tell you, I love my spouse and I'm willing to fight it. Now, what happens is that is now when you say, we go back to the other aspect about marriage, the forgiveness aspect. Marriage is about forgiveness. Every time Lucy would ask me, is there something I can do that you can't forgive me? And I told her, I really don't think there's something you can do under the sun that I can't forgive. That I can't forgive you.
Give me a free pass.
And because of the relationship I told you I first created,
God.
it made it easy for me that I can say, it happened, my spouse fell. But that doesn't mean that is who they are. They are not bad people. And they can overcome this when that crush disappears and the feelings they had have died out. They are back. They're back to their senses. We work out through our things and we get them back on track. Many couples don't work on that side. They're like, because the other person has done this, it's a line in the sand. But that is not it.
We are called to love like Christ.
But that's not it. You
Who
can
forgive
actually
everything.
work through that and have even a stronger marriage. People have done that. She has a grandfather who they split. He went and had this.
Let my grandfather so rest in peace.
He had another family, even gave birth, and the wife also went and had. And then later they're like,
And they came
Wait
back
a minute.
together.
Wait a minute. The grandfather went and had children.
Yes.
The grandmother also went and had children somewhere
Yes.
else.
A
Then
child.
after,
They rejoined and
They
continued
came back and they're like,
their journey.
I really think we can work through this.
what?
They
And
came
they even
back
had children
and they
after.
had more children after. And they are stronger.
They were stronger by
They
after
came
that.
out. When you'd find them, you'd be like, wow, this marriage. Then when you be like, after saying, wow, this marriage, then they tell you their story. You're like, oh, you went through that.
It was so beautiful
But-
when we celebrated their 50th anniversary, and you
then
see
they tell
that
you that
you've
story. They're
overcome
like,
this.
You've
That's
overcome
life.
this. And they're like, yeah, we did. We had our stupid moments.
Yeah.
We let our emotions range and we went, but we forgave each other. And realized what we had was beautiful. And any of the two couldn't give it to us. We didn't do a divorce. We said, let's work it out. They came back. And they are now, actually, when they came back, they were stronger. They had a happier marriage.
Yeah.
And up to the point where he passed on.
He passed on. My
But
grandmother is
he
still
was
there.
a happy man who would always advise you, would always what?
But Collins also, I find that many times we are looking for the people going through a terrible thing so that they come out and give us a testimony. We should also nurture having marriages that are not turbulent so that we get testimonies out of them. His grandfather, for example, he married one woman, men of long ago. How many children? Same mother, same father. 12 children.
Wow.
And when you see the bond that they have, because infidelity creates gaps. So even though my grandfather, they reconciled, of course you see the family there, those gaps. But now when you look at his grandfather's side of the family, the 12 children, same mother, same, oh my God. It is beautiful to watch their mother, his mother. We keep joking that in our family, it's hard to make ceremonies because all those 12 and their spouses are their children, so close-knit.
Yes.
And so these are the fruits that come out of fidelity. So we should also share such examples so people know it is possible for you. If someone was doing it in long ago years when infidelity was common, but they did not do that, you too can do it. Yeah.
Wow.
And it was my grandfather rather, he used to get my maternal side. He would earn his money. His wife was a stay home. She stayed home and look after the family and would bring all of it and would give it to her and say plan for the family. To the point that she would even be the one to tell him, our mother told us that we actually thought our father never has money. We thought he never works. For us, we grew up thinking it's our mother that works. To the point that she would be the one telling him, that shirt, we need to buy you a shirt.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, give me some money. and for him, that was what worked for him.
Yeah.
And he raised a neat, close family.
Wow.
We are so close because of that man.
That man, yeah.
So
on the maternal side.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't ask about that.
Wow, it's been a beautiful conversation. Really been a beautiful conversation because these are conversations that young people need to hear, young people need to listen to the Gen Zs banange.
Yeah, it's possible.
Don't. It's possible. You can have a beautiful marriage.
Yeah.
Do not just look at having an expensive wedding, and you're not ready for the marriage.
Collins, if I could rerun the things I would tell people to
To?
get away with. Now we see people's proposals. A budget of
10 million.
Oh my
we
God.
don't scare.
And there are some of them, if you have it, good, thank you. But
If you
you're
have it, it's
borrowing it to propose.
don't borrow to
if I tell
propose.
you how our proposal was.
How was the proposal? Tell us about the proposal.
There was no expense except a ring. Where did you buy that ring? How much did it cost?
That's still a secret.
You refuse to tell me. But it was simple. It was just we are out for a meal and he asked the question because we were journeying towards that. There was no crowd, no one who, whatever, nothing.
It was in a semi-dark show at that place.
Centenary Park. Has many
Those
of
many
those
restaurants. So in one of them, and
An unusual normal
would
date.
you marry me? And you know,
There was no
and
camera.
that's it. And she's like, yes, I will marry you.
Yes, and even the wedding when we were planning it, Collins, we made a budget which had up to 7 million only.
It was
What
quite
had we
much.
planned?
Let's see.
Just a gown because we didn't have money, but we knew we wanted to get married. We wanted to start life together well. We didn't want to cohabit. So we did a small budget for us, what we could do afford.
Yeah, it was supposed to be for 100 people. Told you we have a big family, but we said they'll struggle. They'll find who fits there. We said we were going to have maybe
Anyway,
a cup of
Ronnie,
tea.
that's a long story.
Yeah.
Let's leave it. It's there. We have a YouTube channel. So you
Tell-
find
tell-
it.
Tell it here. Tell it here. You've come to my show. You tell us one man.
Time. So, yeah, go ahead. Collins has allowed.
So we had said we shall have a drink because I think earlier we had watched one of my sister's friend. He had a wedding, which was a breakfast wedding reception. So the reception was they went to church, then they came and had breakfast.
Where?
I think it was at Garden City, something like
Some
that.
place.
But you see,
Their
breakfast
budget
is cheap.
was like 5 million for everything.
Yes. So it was also it was breakfast and that's it. So the reception was at a breakfast venue and it was going to be for 2 hours because then breakfast ends
At midday.
At midday.
Yeah.
And so it was. So we're like, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
So speeches, what? After the couple said we are going to our honeymoon at midday, and everyone went home. So
Anyway,
we
so
were,
in
but
planning-
we were like, we're going to have something closer, but it will be a drink and
a snack.
A snack.
We
And that's
did
it.
a budget we could afford.
Yeah, we did a budget. So we're like, I think at that time the Harriers had just come. So my mother had one. We're like,
You would borrow it.
I'll borrow her Harrier.
drive me,
I'll drive her.
and the matron and best
and
man.
then yes,
no
Metman,
entourage.
Bestman, and that's it.
Yeah.
Us.
You go to
We
church.
go to church,
Yes.
and then we have this thing.
Because the church marriage in itself is not
Yeah,
expensive.
that's what we
It's not. And that's the gist.
Yes.
The other one is a party.
And that is what we presented
Wow.
as our budget. But of course, the families
Because it's
we have
close
it's
and
close, and then
big.
some are really richer than other, and then there was some bit, so some money, really, not some bit. There was some
So
money.
people kept saying,
So
we
people
want
were
this.
saying,
For example, we
yeah.
hadn't planned to change dresses. I was going to wear the same dress. My mother-in-law said, sure, Mugola atachusa. Mugola inachusa. What we did is whoever wants something, we are
Yeah.
okay. It's their wedding, our marriage.
Actually, that is our tagline was
Their wedding, our marriage.
Nice.
So when in the meeting we told them you can dream. In our
What
ma-
you want to
in
include,
our- what you want
pay
to
for
include,
it.
but it comes. What you suggest,
You pay
make sure
for
that
it.
it comes with a budget.
Wow.
Yeah.
And people actually suggested things.
And they
They're
brought
like,
them.
yes, we're like, no, me I want beer. Me I want wine. And
Buy
we're like,
it.
Buy it. Me I want the food should be looking like this. We're like,
Pay.
buy it. Someone actually told us, no, you guys can't move in that car. I want Mercedes Benz.
Pay for them.
And he actually brought the Mercedes Benz he wanted to see.
Wow.
I'm telling you, the wedding was planned for 100.
had 1,000.
Had 1,000 people.
But us as individuals,
But we
from
didn't
our pockets,
change
5
our
million.
budget.
You didn't put any.
No. it had 1,000. There was a lot to eat. Food remained.
When we reached at
drinks
the
remained.
venue, we found there was a band.
There was a band.
We didn't know about it.
Someone said to buy up to pay for a
bring a
band, to
band.
bring a band, to bring in a
We
band.
looked, we saw the cake
and we were
rolling. We are like,
"Oh."
what is that? Your
someone-
sister-in-law
my sister
decided
said-
the cake should roll.
When my sister said, I want a cake that rolls, so I brought that. And then there was the musician who composed a song for us.
For
I
us,
think-
with our
what
names.
was the name of that musician?
An
I
upcoming
think he has
musician,
now
a
left
friend of
the
your
country.
brother.
He was like,
We found many things we didn't know about. We said
were-
their wedding,
we found many
our
things
marriage.
so we reached the reception and we're like, oh,
There's
that
a
is
band.
there. There's that. And someone said, yes, I loved that. I wanted it. I wanted to see that. So at the end of when we left, after coming back from honeymoon, I remember my sister was the treasurer. Called us
they
and
had
said,
balance.
oh, you guys have more money here.
Hey.
So this year is your money for that remained.
So we did some shopping for like 6 months.
But because we are realistic, and we
Yeah.
told people we are not going
We
to,
don't have
we are
the
not
money.
pleasing any of you.
Yeah.
But if you're happy and for you feel like you want this to be on our wedding, you bring it. We will not say no. But we are not paying it from
We're
our
not paying
pockets.
for it.
Nah.
Yeah. But also the wedding industry has become so extravagant.
very
They give you a
extravagant.
decoration budget of 50 million and
50,
and all
100
that.
million.
So young people are fearing. Now we want to take young people back to the roots. What you're looking at is starting your life together well. If
Yeah.
you're Christian, you're getting a sacrament. That is the church. Yeah. How are you able to achieve that without breaking bonds? We didn't borrow any money.
Don't have to break into a
didn't.
bank.
We had a balance to take us through for like
Interesting.
6 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guys, it's been an honor hosting you. Thank you so much for coming through. It was a beautiful conversation. And to the viewers out there, look out for them, the Couple Binders on YouTube. They have a website and all social media platforms. And for us, we are here. We are here. So do not bow to the pressure of this generation. Do not bow. Do not take loans.
Yeah.
Do not take loans. Do what you can manage. Do what you can manage. And in case you need to reach out to them, please reach out to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been it for this episode. Till next time, God bless you and have a good time.